The title of this one's going to be real short, and it's just going to be real to the point. It goes into hand in hand with police surveillance. What I want to get to you guys is in the sky right over there. You see that helicopter flying in close proximity? You know what some of these helicopters have attached to them? So I've mentioned that they're cell site simulators, and that basically is a real cell tower that's fake in the sense that it does everything a cell tower can do, but it's pulling and extracting. Now you see the helicopter right when I'm saying this is descending. It's going elsewhere below that building. You see that? They do that on any day where I'm extraordinarily getting a lot of progress done and a lot of I'm working. So say I'll be working. Another thing I've noticed, they'll fly right above my head, and they'll fly even if I'm at a client's house. They'll fly above my head and let me know that they see what I'm doing. To try to not only gather information through a cell site simulator, that's illegally, that's invasion of privacy, that's illegal non-consent and permission, illegal search and seizure, invasion of privacy, all of which requires a warrant, a valid warrant to look through my personal and private case-sensitive information. And they do that. They'll fly over. There's a police, like I said, police surveillance. Always surrounded by police officers. Unmarked tag. It said pet friendly. IU, Purdue, Butler, Ball State, IUPUI, Freemasons. Certain military factions are involved with gang stalking. A lot of them. There's a lot of organizations, Indiana Readers Club, I Support Trails Club, Environmental Club, Conservation Club, and many other organizations. I Love Libraries Cult. And PIP, they're using all these normal, otherwise programmed, institutions to hide as a cover, as a front group, some of them call them lay groups, to hide what they're really doing out in plain sight. They're using unmarked tag, dealer. On top of that, like you see in front of me, unmarked tags, dealer tags. They sensitize you with different colors. But this goes into just more, I'm just going to call this gang stalking surveillance. You're under surveillance 24/7, 7 days a week, 365. They'll pretend like they're Christians and they're really not, by taking a gang stalking break on certain holidays, like certain sayings on their license plate, like one says Mama 7, another unmarked tag by Mama 7, and they'll use certain organizations and messages to sensitize you to more trauma, or we're about to get you, we're about to kill you at any moment. We're at the very least we're watching you, and we're going to make you. And the reason why they do that is to confuse you, leave you dysfunctional, and to mess with your progress in life. Your overall quality of life is tampered with and messed with by organized stalkers. Organized stalkers don't really care if you're guilty of a crime, you're suspected of a crime. They think you've committed a crime, they don't have the evidence, or they think you will commit a crime in the future. They don't care if it's based on facts. They just care that they're getting paid to commit daily felonies. And like I said, stalk you in the sky, do certain stuff like this is to, and to make you uncomfortable and to let you know we're watching you, and to get your personal information unlawfully without a warrant with cell site simulators, aka IMSI catchers, and Stingray technology. They now have, I think it's called X-Ranger technology, where they can look through up to a football field away, 100 yards away, however many meters, 100 meters, 100 yards, like 300 feet, approximately 300 to 400 feet away. They can look through your house and see if you're moving and see any thermals beyond the sight of just building and materials. So they can look inside your house now, and they can actually do that. And I think with some other technology, they can probably zoom in with satellites and do it. They look at carbon footprints. They look at urine. They look at blood. They look at saliva. All that stuff too is used. Bodily fluids is all used. They used to throw witchcraft in my car. They used to break in and smear certain stuff, and make certain sounds while I'm trying to sleep. Going by my house and honking, or I'll be on the road and they'll honk, let me know they're there, and I don't know who they are. Don't know. I've never met a lot of these people. I've never met. They seem to recruit family members, because there's no way every narcissist knows how to gaslight, but they will do gaslighting because they don't want your truth to be true. They don't want they want us to have to fight for our own facts, our own reality. And that's why they'll go around and spread lies and slander and harass the target to let the target, deal with the ramifications of the consequences of their actions. Like I said, they're trying to destiny swap, steal your identity. They've stolen my birth certificate multiple times. One after I had sex with a perp. Had sex with her. I should make another video, Sleeping with the Enemy, and I think there's a book or some titled books out there that are titled that. Never sleep with the enemy. Worst thing you can do. It's like sleeping with the devil. In the form of the Jezebel spirit, perps, honeypots, handlers. And basically what a honeypot is it's someone that will help the hive mind teams and help, collective consciousness workers and debt slaves, and pawns, and at best white knights that all support the regime to report back to agencies, report back to other people, and to know your whereabouts, to know where you're at, what you're doing, and to get, perps to follow you around. And like I showed you in the sky, I'm just minding my own business, trying to get some stuff done. I've got them in the sky. Probably getting my frequency from my cell phone signal. Probably extrapolating data from that, and then just using it to violate my personal privacy even more. So, and this is usually, like I said, they'll circle, and I've seen footage that's pretty damn creepy out there, and very believable. I've seen footage where they have done the same thing to other people on this footage that they've done to me, where they're flying in circles, letting burning and wasting fuel on tax dollars too. So they increase the budget, and whenever they run out of a budget, they just renew their federal funding towards gang stalking. It's federally funded, government gang stalking. There's no doubt about it. And they'll let you know, even if you have clientele, they'll fly over your house, annoy your client, piss your client off with noise pollution, while they're wasting fuel that's funded from tax dollars. And maybe even some of them personally are violating air code, FSA code, and FFA code by just flying over and collecting info, collecting data illegally. I don't have a warrant out for my arrest, and I've also had phony warrants where all it was used to do was shut me down, shut my business down, get me on the ground, so to speak, to subdue me, to basically dismantle and rearrange my mind and my life through torture, sensitization, all used to slowly kill the victim, take the victim's money, time, and resources. And Buddy told me this. He was a perp too. He ended up becoming a recruit. He said, if they can't get your time, they will snag your money. If they can't snag your money, they'll snag your time. They'll shave your time off and waste that. Do their best that they can and try to stick their leg out on that. So that's pretty much all I got. Like I said, it's going to be a short video. I got a lot of stuff to do, and I don't have time for perps. I don't have time for gang stalkers like they think I do, to continue to waste time like I said, there's an environmental cult member right there. Like I said, they use a lot of these organizations as camouflage disguises to remain hidden. That's their solution. Anonymity, denial of service, rejection, to block access that should be otherwise granted, and to, just leave you homeless, just leave you broke, leave you discouraged. And to, like I said, force you into homelessness. I've been forced into homelessness. I've been forced to live out of my car. To actually live out of a car you can't live out of, too. Nobody cared. It was warm out and they almost another indicator I know that my family's involved with it. They'll pretend to help me and give me suggestions and advice that ends up backfiring or ends up not helping. They'll set these little stop bullying campaigns up, to end bullying, right? Yeah. But they should mention gang stalking. You guys know what gang stalking is?
Say it one more time.
Gang stalking? Organized crime, organized stalking?
Oh, yeah.
You know what that is?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of it.
It's real. I'm making videos of it right now.
Okay. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm exposing the deep state. The deep state's also a part of it, too. And there are sometimes within, but I noticed they'll put those stop bullying things out. It's not bullying. It's surveillance and harassment. I guess the harassment is bullying. But it's not really bullying in and of itself. Some of these. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah. So I didn't even get that guy in the picture frame, but see, right when I said, do you know what gang stalking is? He's like, no. Okay, do you know what organized crime and organized harassment? Oh, yeah. I know what that is. So people know what it is, but they play dumb to it. Another thing I want to mention on this video is before I get out of here is your family being on it. They'll pretend to help you, but then when you go back, you're doing something they're not doing. They'll pretend like, oh, it's not good enough, or you're not doing enough for yourself, even though you're doing something that they're not even doing. They're not even working on it. So that's a pretty dead giveaway that they really don't want us to succeed. They really want us to fucking fail. So I'm buying some whole food, guys. I just started eating wholesome food only. Fully filtrated, UV filtrated water. I'm already noticing a huge difference from all of it. I'm noticing increased, mental clarity, because I'm not eating McDonald's. I'm not eating garbage that they package in our food, put plastic in our water and our food and shit. I'm not eating that shit. Second, checking out here. So with that, that's pretty much all I got for today. I just wanted to show you the hit on the camera of the helicopter.
Insert cash or pay another way. Please take your change. Please take your seat. Thank you.
Yeah, with that, I'm going to get out of here. Just taking my change, taking my food. With that, I am going to get out of here. Pretty obvious, like, who's involved with it, who's not involved with it. My family's involved with it. My mom, her mom, grandma, other side of the family, both sides of the family are involved with it. I also wanted to mention too, I forgot, I just remembered, homeless shelters are also involved with it. So they're involved with it because they get kickbacks from the state and the federal government. They get more funding to keep their nonprofits open. That's how they thrive. That's how they really thrive, guys. With that, I'm going to really get out of here. Be safe.